Hello everybody and welcome to Storm Reads, and today I am going to do some more anticipated reads. Before you got my list of middle grade books that I was anticipating, and so today you're going to get the YA and adult books that I think sound really good and would like to get my hands on. And don't have very many for January, but February and March are pretty big. I have 16. I could have put a whole bunch on this list, but I really tried to narrow it down to where I didn't have too many. January 7th from Scholastic Books, coming in at 294 pages. I have Last One to Die by Cynthia Murphy. This one says, one of us is lying meets This Lie Will Kill You, but with a chilling supernatural twist that will keep you guessing until the very end. A young brunette woman's been attacked in the city of London. 16-year-old Irish-born Navi has just arrived for the summer and quickly discovers that the girls being attacked look frighteningly similar to her. Determined to make it through the drama course, Navi is placed at a Victorian museum to put her drama skills to the test, where she meets Tommy. He's kind, fun, attentive, and really hot. Nonetheless, there's something eerie about the museum. As the two strands of present-day serial attacks and sinister Victorian history start to collide, Navi realizes that things are not as they seem. Will she be next? And I remember I read This Lie Will Kill You. It wasn't a favorite young adult mystery, but it was okay, and I haven't got to One of Us is Lying yet. But yeah, this one just sounded kind of cool. I like a little mystery with a supernatural kind of thing going on, and so I was really curious about that one. Then on January 26th from Kensington Books at 248 pages, I have Death Becomes Her by Nancy Coco. With her Let It Be Honey boutique buzzing along nicely, life is at sweet nectar for Wren Johnson when she takes a morning walk along the Pacific beach with her Havana brown cat Everett and stumbles upon the body of Agnes Snow, the cranky queen of the local craft fair, stiff as driftwood. The more unfortunate, clutched in the victim's fist, is a label from Wren's homemade beeswax and honey lip balm, which makes Officer Jim Hampton focus his dreamy blue Paul Newman eyes on Wren as suspect number one. With fabulous feline support from Everett, Wren must comb the town for clues and clear her name before somebody else gets stung. And of course I have to have a few cozies on here, and this is book one in the new cozy series. So I'm curious. I'm trying not to start too many new cozies, but this one just looked too cute and sounded fun, so I had to. And then that's all I have for January. See, just a couple. And now we're into February. So February 2nd from Minotaur Books, and it's 368 pages. I have Finley Donovan is Killing It by Ellie Casimano. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I'm not sure. This is the author's debut adult novel, so I'm guessing maybe she's did like some young adult. But it's the first in a witty, fast-paced mystery series following struggling suspense novelist and single mom Finley Donovan, whose fiction treads dangerously close to the truth as she becomes tangled in a real-life murder investigation. And it also says that she was overheard telling her agent about her latest story, and she is mistaken for a person for hire to hit. And so somebody wants to hire her to kill somebody. And so, yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I kind of like humorous mysteries now and then, so it looks kind of cute. And then on February 5th from Grindhouse at 278 pages, I've got Paradise Club by Tim Mayer. Welcome to paradise, sandy beaches, crystalline waters, an all-exclusive resort with virtually everything you can think of, an idyllic paradise. An event is taking place at Paradise Club that wasn't on the brochure. A dangerous game pitting the hotel's guests against a gang of bloodthirsty maniacs. Elliot Harper, family man and FBI agent, is about to find out how fast heaven can become hell when every single vacationer is forced to become a ruthless killer in order to survive. A team of killers have been unleashed, and they won't stop until every single guest is dead. So that's my first horror novel for the year, and it sounds pretty good. I've read a book by Tim Mayer before, and it was okay. I think I gave it like 3 stars. And I've read I've read some with this kind of premise, but I don't know. It always gets me trapped on an island, people trying to kill you. I'm always there for that. So I can't wait to get this one. And then February 19th from Bookature at 373 pages, got The Girl from Silent Lake by Leslie Wolfe. Detective Kay Sharp vows she'll never return to her childhood home. On the night of her 13th birthday, her broken family was shattered beyond repairs, and leaving was the only option. Unable to fix her own past, she becomes an FBI profiler for over a decade, desperate to save others. But now Kay's back, and only she can solve the crime that has rocked this tight-knit community of Mount Chester to its core. A dead woman has been found at Silent Lake, under the dew-covered fall leaves. Her hair braided, her body wrapped in a blanket. This small town may be a stranger to murder, but Kay recognizes the signals of a serial killer. She's certain that the ritualistic nature of the crime scene is just a matter of time until he strikes again, unless she catches him first. As yellow do not cross tapes flap in the biting wind, another woman is reported missing. Kay leads a frenzied search for out-of-towner Alice Knoll, and when she locates her car. Kay's blood turns to ice as she shines her flashlight in the back seat and sees a teddy bear. Allison's 6-year-old girl Hazel has vanished too. And yeah, that one sounds super good, and I will be getting an e-arc of that one soon. I don't have it yet, but I'm doing a blog tour for Bookature, and so I can't wait to get my hands on that one. And then on February 25th, from Agora Books at 320 pages, have Children of Chicago by Cynthia Pelayo. I hope I said that right, because I probably butchered it. This horrifying retelling of the Pied Piper fairy tale set in present-day Chicago is an edge-of-your-seat, chills-up-your-spine thrill ride. When Detective Lauren Medina sees the calling card at a murder scene in Chicago's Humboldt Park neighborhood, she knows the Pied Piper has returned. When another teenager is brutally murdered at the same lagoon where her sister's body was found floating years before, she is certain that the Pied Piper is not just back. He's looking for payments he's owed from her. Lauren's torn between protecting the city she was sworn to keep safe and keeping a promise she made long ago with her sister's murderer. She may have to ruin her life by exposing her secrets and lies to stop the Pied Piper before he collects again. Yeah, this one sounds super cool, and I really hope I can get my hands on it. Next up, I've got from February 26th from Journal Stone at 190 pages, and I did get an ebook from the author of this one, and it's called Shelter for the Damned by Mike Thorne. It says, while looking for a secret place to smoke cigarettes with 2 best friends, troubled teenager Mark discovers a mysterious shack in a suburban field. Alienated from his parents and peers, Mark finds within the shack an escape greater than anything he'd ever experienced. But it isn't long before the place begins revealing its strange, powerful sentience. and it wants something in exchange for the shelter it provides. So I thought that one sounded pretty cool whenever I was asked if I wanted to check that one out. That's all I have for February. And so March 2nd has about 3 or 4 of them here. And from Hard Case Crimes at 256 pages, I've got Later by Stephen King. The son of a struggling single mother, Jamie Conklin, just wants an ordinary childhood, but Jamie is no ordinary child. Born with an unnatural ability, his mother urges him to keep secret. Jamie can see what no one else sees, and learn what no one else can learn. But the cost of using his ability is higher than Jamie can imagine, as he discovers when the NYPD detective draws him into a pursuit of a killer who has threatened to strike from beyond the grave. With echoes of King's classic It, Later is a powerful, haunting, unforgettable exploration of what it takes to stand up to evil in all the faces it wears. And yeah, I don't normally put King on my anticipated list, but I kind of like his crime novels. They're kind of cool, and this one sounded really interesting. And it's only 256 pages, so it's a short King. I like those. And then I got from Minotaur Books, also on March 2nd, with 368 pages, Every Last Fear by Alex Finley. In one of the year's most anticipated debut psychological thrillers, a family made infamous by a true crime documentary is found dead, leaving their surviving son to uncover the truth about their final days. And that was all I needed to know about that one. It sounded super cool. I didn't want to spoil myself too much by looking into that, because sometimes on those psychological thriller ones, if you read too much, you can spoil yourself. And also on March 2nd, from Berkeley, 336 pages, and I have an e-arc of this one, and me and my friend are going to be reading it soon, and I can't wait. And that is An Unexpected Peril by Deanne Rayborn. A princess is missing. A peace treaty is on the verge of collapse in this new Veronica Speedwell adventure from New York Times bestselling and Edgar Award nominee author Deanna Rayborn. And I just wrote a little bit about this one. It says, January 1889, as the newest member of the Curiosity Club, an elite society of brilliant, intrepid women, Veronica Speedwell is excited to put her many skills to good use. As she assembles a memorial exhibit for pioneering mountain climber Alice Baker Green, Veronica discovers evidence that the recent death was not a tragic climbing accident, but murder. Yeah, this is like, I think, book number 6 in the Veronica Speedwell series. Absolutely love it. Me and my friend Barb, we buddy read all of them, and yeah, this is going to be our buddy read for January, and I cannot wait. Then the last one I have for March 2nd is from Delacorte Press, and it's 416 pages, or 417 pages. Can't read my own writing. And it's Good Girls, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. Pip Fritz Amobi is not a detective anymore. With the help of Ravi Singh, she releases the True Crime podcast about the murder case they solved together last year. The podcast has gone viral, yet Pip insists her investigating days are behind her. But she will have to break that promise when someone she knows goes missing. Jamie Reynolds has disappeared, but the police won't do anything about it. And if they won't look for Jamie, then Pip will, uncovering more of her town's dark secrets along the way. And this time, everyone is listening. But will she find him before it's too late? So yeah, I really enjoyed A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It was on my surprising reads for 2020, and so yeah, very excited to try that one out. Then on March 18th, from Viper at 352 pages, I have The Last House on Needless Street by Katrina Ward. I'm not sure if it's Katrina or Katrona. Anyway, you'll see it on the book, but yeah. This is a story of a serial killer, a stolen child, revenge, death, and an ordinary house at the end of an ordinary street. All these things are true, and yet they're all lies. If you think you know what's inside the last house on Needless Street, you think you've read this story before. That's where you're wrong. In the dark forest at the end of Needless Street lies something buried, but it's not what you think. And so, I don't know about you, but that just kind of has me curious. If I think I'm going to know what it is and then it ends up being something totally different, then I'm all for that and I want to know what it is. Then on March 23rd from Flame Tree Press at 256 pages, I have Your Turn to Suffer by Tim Wagner. Lorelei Palumbo is harassed by a sinister group calling themselves the Cabal. They accuse her of having committed unspeakable crimes in the past, and now she must pay. The Cabal begins taking her life apart one piece at a time. Her job, her health, the people she loves, and she must try to figure out what the Cabal thinks she's done if she has any hope of answering their charges and salvaging her life. And, yeah. Been kind of hit or miss with Tim Wagner. I've read 3 of his books. 2 of them I enjoyed. The last one, it was on my most disappointed of 2020 because I just wasn't a big fan of it. But this one sounds really interesting, and I am really curious to give him another chance and see if I'm going to like this one. And then on another one on March 23rd from Mulholland Books is You'll Thank Me for This by, I don't know if it's Nina or Nina Segal. I think that's how you say it. Not sure. A pulse-pounding psychological thriller based on the popular Dutch tradition of blindfolding and dropping teens and preteens in the middle of the forest and what happens when it goes horribly wrong. And that had me hooked right there, just knowing that this is based on something that actually happens. I don't know if I could ever just drop my kid in the middle of the forest and hope they make it home. That sounds kind of wrong. But I'm kind of curious to see what happens, though. And on March 29th from Bookature, and I will also be having an e-arc of this one soon because I'm doing a blog tour for this one. And this is The Blessed Ones by Catherine Casey, and it's Detective Claire Jeffries, number 3. When Detective Claire Jeffries returned home to Albury, Utah, she knew it would be a long time before convincing the closed community to trust her. So she's surprised to be called to the private lands up in the mountains until she hears that the bones of a young girl has been found, and hidden in the dark depths of the grave are the remains of a baby too. And so, yeah, that one sounds super good, and I really enjoyed the first 2 in this series. So, of course, I am super excited to get to book number 3 and find out what happens. I didn't want to say too much about it since it is the 3rd book. The last one I have is on March 30th from Berkeley, 304 pages. It's A Big Little Spies by Krista Davis, and this is Paw and Claws number 7. Holly and her super smart Jack Russell Terrier Trixie are back to solve a brand new mystery in pet-friendly Wagtail, Virginia. I love this series. As Wagtail, Virginia has it all. It's a gorgeous lakeside town with picturesque mountains, old-fashioned inns, friendly, pet-loving townsfolk, and the highest murder rate miles around. It's probably kind of true. It is a cozy mystery, and those small towns will get you. A group of wealthy pet moms have come to Wagtail to pamper their furry friends, to organize a glamorous ball to raise money for animal rescue. At the same time, a pet detective also strolls into town working on a case and winds up offending the luxurious ladies. When he's found dead, Holly and her faithful 4-footed companion Trixie must now sniff out clues to catch the upper crust killer. Yeah, I absolutely love this series. It is so much fun. It's, centered, like it says, around a pet-friendly town. Their hotel caters to pets, and it's just a lot of fun, especially since I'm a huge pet person. And Trixie, her dog, has this uncanny knack of finding dead bodies. So it's like if they always know somebody's missing, let Trixie the dog sniff it out because she'll find them. And yeah. But yes, I really love this series and I can't wait to get to this one. And so that's everything I have. That's all the books that I'm anticipating for the first quarter of 2021. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit the bell notification if you want to know whenever I am posting something. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.